So I don't really feel like I need to introduce you. We've got medals in front of us. You're back from Tokyo. You are now an Olympic gold medalist, Olympic silver medalist. Tom McEwen, how are you? Are you back from Cloud 9? Like, how's it going?
I think so. I've met the mayor of Tetbury. We had balloons all down the road. Yeah, it's been incredible. Yeah, it was surreal, if I'm honest. And coming back and actually seeing how wide an appeal even eventing has had. Obviously, we were fully aware when we were out there that we were very lucky to make frontline covers, which is amazing for our sport and really gets it back out in the appeal of the eyes of others. But yeah, it just had a real, not just nationally and locally, but yeah, a huge appeal to everyone, and it's been special, I must say.
I often ask people, especially during lockdown, I was doing lots of Zoom interviews with riders, and one of the questions was like, well, in your off season, which horse would you like to ride? Simon Grieve, I'm going to give him a shout out because he always says it, and Toledo de Kerser, he comes up more times than any other horse.
Yeah.
And just like, can you put into words, like, did you feel a pressure because everyone knows what a great horse he is? Or like, can you put into words how much he means to you? I mean, what an amazing horse.
I think you pretty much summed it up there. Watch back your Badminton or Burley and there's Ian Stark saying the only horse he'd like to ride is Toledo. And you're like, crikey. I mean, he's incredible.
Yeah.
I probably could have done a bit better with the dressage, but that I need to put aside and move on. He was phenomenal in every single way. There is huge amounts of pressure with him because he is a special horse. But I think people love him so much just because they're meant to be tired on the final day. It's meant to be an endurance test. It's meant to show you as a partnership. And I mean, I really could be a toy doll stuck on top of him. I mean, he's just flying. He loves it. He's ballooning everything. 2 rounds he feels is now necessary for everywhere.
Yeah.
It suits him down to the ground. So no, I think that's why everyone loves him. That and his general way of going, to be honest. His ears pricked, his front feet cross country. I mean, God knows where they go because they're just flying around. His ears are pricked right to the front. He's loving it, wanting to jump every single fence going, really. And it's amazing because he came here as an 8. He actually came and did the long at Blenheim as an 8-year-old, and he jumped and made a double clear. But I took him so steadily, which is why I think half of it is why he is so special today. And then I came back to try and win it in the 8 and 9-year-olds a year later, and managed to run out when I was having a lovely ride towards the end. That is the one thing that always I tell myself when I'm at a big event, that actually when I'm having a lovely time with him, I actually can refocus by one memory from here. So it's very useful. But special, lucky. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on any other horse, so he is incredible.
Yeah, and we are here at Blenheim Press Day. I mean, it's such a magical venue, this. I'm sure you've got lots of fond memories, but the fact that you take away a run out, I think is brilliant, because actually, when you've had highs like this, it's those kind of moments that actually make you the rider, so that young riders watching this, actually it's not all about those amazing moments, is it? That run out actually probably got you this gold medal in a lot of ways.
Exactly. It's the bits you take away from sort of failures, I suppose to speak, and how you deal with them, how you take them away is how you can move on and become better. And that, for me, to be honest, in Toledo's life he hasn't done anything wrong at all, but like, that was my mistake. I've learnt from it, we move on, and we've been so much better from it. So yeah, even if it's just a glimpse of what should have been sort of in the bag and ticked off, because it would be something that I'd love to tick off in my career, really. Yeah, it just sticks with you, and actually it really helps you out in those big moments.
And you say, like, everyone says, oh, he looks so amazing to ride, and like you could just sit on there and tie you on and off you go, like the kind of canter you could do your makeup on. For me, maybe not you. He was hot before the dressage. I know that for a fact that planning and preparation for him is actually quite tricky, isn't it? Because he hadn't had those big runs to get him ready for Tokyo. And I know from ears on the ground that you weren't scared to put your leg on. It could have been quite easy to back off him in that dressage, but actually, Jock Paget told me, he was watching, like, he said that you were brave and you put your leg on. That must have been quite a hard decision to make, to just go, right, do you know what, I only get one shot at this. He is hot, but I'm going to go for it. What was it like going into that dressage?
It was exciting, a new test. I personally, I know it was different for everyone, I loved the test.
Yeah.
Because it was a test, especially for me. I just need to get parts and parcels right. We're very lucky to see you at Windsor and actually be allowed to ride through the test there, which was super helpful for us, to actually be back in front of people again and feel a bit of pressure in a different way. But yeah, I basically made a mistake, got my timing wrong. It wasn't the best test we'd done. We'd been nailing it all week, so there wasn't one aspect of it that I thought that was ever going to happen. So it happened, and you had to deal with it as quick as you could. We managed to get a good enough half pass and changes afterwards and a good final, but it was nowhere near what we've been doing. But yeah, you learn from your mistakes. It's just a shame that I made a mistake in the arena rather than the outside. But yeah, he was phenomenal, and like you say, we've built up such a great partnership. He looks phenomenal and he looks easy, but that's only because of so many years of hard work and every single day riding, hacking, building up a bond. He's still really funny with who looks after him. Over time he has definitely relaxed a lot more, but he was so sharp when he was younger. Sort of my parents and Lucy Seddon, who used to work for me, we've all done a great job over the years, and now the girls and guys that look after him now, they've all done such an amazing job, but not anyone could look after him, and certainly not anyone can get on him, because he's very funny about who gets on him. There's only about 2 of us that get on him, 3 of us that get on him. And that is it. He's very difficult to get on as it is, especially when he's had a few days off because he's been on a plane and they're meant to be tired. But yeah, he is tricky, he has his quirks, but that is what makes him as special as he is.
Yes, of all those people who think they want to ride him, maybe, good luck. And this is the result. I mean, look at this. How I always think in the Olympics, going in for that second round of show jumping, I mean, that takes a very special horse, because they're normally out. They know, don't they? We're done. Thanks, Dad. I've done that. Right, I've jumped. I've gone cross country. I've done my dressage. Let's go back to the box and have a carrot. But to then pull him out, how hard was that? Was that a funny mindset to get in, or because he's such a good jumper, were you like, yeah, I've got this?
I think there was a couple of things that made it a hard mindset. Number one, winning team gold. 49 years is a long time, and when you realise, it's not really worth naming names, but sort of like the Pippa and Williams that are incredible. They've done everything, Grand Slams, won every 5-star known to man, and them as teams haven't quite been able to. They've been very, very close, but haven't quite been able to manage to pull it off. To be able to pull it off, especially with a team of 3, it's a weird thing to be in when you all count, because obviously sometimes you can think, well, not that you don't want anything to go wrong to your teammate, but like, we've got this in the bags, 3 of us are in and one's still out to go, so you can slightly relax. But yeah, it wasn't over until Ollie'd crossed the line, really. All it took was a trip, and if he came off, then not that it was ever going to happen, it was never in doubt. But yeah, it was exciting. It was so to have so much excitement and want to sort of release it but then keep it under control is quite difficult. But the one thing I would say with the horses is they reel off you, and I think most of the time they know when they finish that show jumping round, they feel your pressure, however you like to show it off, whether it's internally or externally, however you release your pressure at the end, they realise that. Whereas actually, weirdly enough, I think everyone kept their pressure. So there was a weird sort of calm back in the stables, and it was nearly like they knew they were about to go out and do something again. So for that, I didn't find it too difficult, and I love the pressure of going again. It was great because I've loved all my sports all the way through, to do something as a team, but then actually to go back out as an individual and go again around something that I thought was probably the toughest track I've ever seen eventing by a long way. A long way actually. It was obviously a lot bigger, but it was tough. It opened, it closed you up. It really checked the horses were technically sound in everything they did, especially with the jumping. So yeah, to be given under floodlights, it was fun.
Fun. And you got a silver medal.
Yes.
Come on. Yeah. Now you don't often show that much emotion. Yeah. You're quite like, I know that you're not the biggest fan of the interviews, but I mean that's just extraordinary. Is it like sunk in any way, shape or form?
I actually, weirdly enough, think it has actually. It feels super special, and it's been a lifelong dream, especially when I was sort of like at school and things. So all the way through, I've had my badminton Burleys, obviously Blenheim, and the Olympics. They've really been main targets, and that's really what I've wanted to do well, and they've sort of been what I've idolised from people. Has all come from that. So then to be able to go out and do it myself has been amazing. It was weird because we were all first timers, but all of us had the same shot. It was quite extraordinary, to be honest.
And you guys, like you said, 49 years since winning a gold, and the legacy that comes from that, and also part of that is also the Jockey Club coming with Blenheim. So you guys are bringing, just at the right time, you're bringing eventing into the forefront of people's minds. The Jockey Club have teamed up with Blenheim. This is going to make Blenheim such an exciting event, isn't it? Especially for the sport. I
couldn't agree more. Blenheim's super lucky because it's probably one of the prettiest venues we go to. The 4-star long, amazing history, amazing winners, and obviously you've got this incredible 8-9-year-old class which really has showcased and actually been not just a showcase but the competition for the best of the best, and those horses have always gone on to do better things. Not better things, bigger things. And then having the Jockey Club, a hugely professional outfit, something new to the sport, fresh, with hopefully what we can run on as like the PR from Olympic gold. I just really hope that everyone doesn't sit on their laurels and think, oh well, hopefully this will sort it out. It'd be really good, like, it needs all the riders, owners, everyone to support it, because we can make it so much greater than it already is.
Blenheim is such a special event, and you'll all be able to watch it on HNC Plus or come down. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be slightly different. There's the 8 and 9-year-olds are no longer dressaging in the car park. They're coming into the main arena, but it is such... until you come here and experience it or watch it, you can't experience. I mean, this is eventing gold, isn't it? It's just so beautiful.
Beautiful. You've got all the best riders, all the best young horses come through. Some of the best horses as well. Like, say Oliver's coming with Team Gold. He's got a new horse that's very exciting that's coming here. So, yeah, you'll see the best of the best, and probably horses and rider combinations for future years. So, very exciting, and should be good.
And a very tough track. It's always a tough track. I never think it's easy. I always think, like, 4-star, but it's always really tough.
Always a tough track. There's always plenty to it. You've got the hills, you've got the lake, and obviously you've got the people. And it sounds like they've had really good ticket sales, so it'd be really exciting to be back out and competing in front of people again.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. I'm just going to spend a while just holding these and just admiring them. But thank you so much. And I mean, huge congratulations. We are so proud of you as a nation and as a sport. You've done so much. And give Toledo a massive pat from me when you get to see him. I'm ashamed he's not here. He'd love it, wouldn't he? He'd be off. Yeah, he'd love it. Tom, thanks so much for talking to us.
All right, thank you very much.